LinuxCNC beginner guide you'll ever need. So you keep hearing about LinuxCNC. Free, open source, runs real machines. Maybe you've seen some of my other videos. Maybe you're sitting there with a half-built CNC wondering what controller to actually use. And every time you look into LinuxCNC, you hit the same wall. Forum posts from 2012, documentation that assumes you already have a computer science degree, and zero clear answer to the simplest question of all. What do I actually need to get started? Well, that stops today. I'm going to walk through exactly what LinuxCNC is, what hardware you need, what it costs, and 3 paths you can take to get a machine running, from dead simple to full industrial. No fluff, no assumptions, just what you need to know to make a decision and start building. Section 1, what LinuxCNC actually is. So let's clear something up first, because this trips people up constantly. LinuxCNC is not really a program you install on Windows. It's not like Mac 3 or Mac 4 where you buy software, install it, plug in a USB cable and off you go. LinuxCNC is the entire operating system. It's the entire motion controller. It runs on a special version of Linux that's been modified to be a real-time operating system, something that can guarantee timing down to microsecond. That's not a nice to have. That's the difference between a machine that cuts through smooth and a machine that stutters and gouges your part. Think of it this way. Windows is designed to do 100 things at once. Check your email, run a virus scan, play a video, and it's happy to pause your CNC calculations for a few milliseconds to do any of those things. You'd never notice this browsing the web, but for a CNC machine, a millisecond pause is a disaster. It causes jitter. Jitter causes following errors because the machine can't keep up to where it's commanded to be. Following errors cause nasty marks on your part, or worse, a crashed machine. LinuxCNC with the preempt RT kernel tells the operating system no matter what else is happening, you will not interrupt the motion planning ever. And that's the secret sauce. That's what transforms a $50 PC into an industrial controller. The cost question. So here's the question everybody asks. What's it cost? And the answer shocks people. Zero. LinuxCNC is free. Completely free. Not freemium, not trialware, not free but you pay for the good features. Free. Every feature, every axis, closed loop service control, threading, 5-axis kinematics, all of it is free. And the hardware, well, that's where you spend a little bit. And how much depends entirely on which path you take. Let me show you 3 options to get going. Section 2, the 3 paths. Path 1, parallel port, the dead simple route. If you're building a basic router or a small plasma table, the parallel port is still alive and well. You literally connect your stepper drivers to a breakout board attached to a parallel port cable. LinuxCNC sends step and direction signals straight out of that port. Done. The catch, parallel ports are disappearing from modern PCs, and you're limited to maybe 4 or 5 axes max with limited I/O ports. No encoder feedback, no closed loop. It's the cheapest way in, but you will hit a ceiling. So what's this going to cost you? $0 for the software, $50 for a parallel port PCI card for your PC if it doesn't have one, and maybe $20 for the breakout board. So you probably need to look for an old PC with a real parallel port. The other cost that is hidden is that LinuxCNC has to waste PC resources to generate the step pulses in software. This can limit machine performance as the maximum step rate is limited by the jitter on the machine. Path 2, Mesa cards, the smart middle ground. So if you're building a serious machine with LinuxCNC, this is where most of you should start. Mesa Electronics makes FPGA-based interface cards. This lets LinuxCNC to offload the step signals to dedicated hardware. So think of them as the bridge between your PC and the machine. The PC does all the heavy thinking, directory planning, look ahead, all the complex maths, and the Mesa card handles the timing critical pulse generation and the I/O imports. The beauty here is you get industrial grade I/O, dozens of inputs and outputs, a lot of expansion capabilities, analog channels for spindles and coder inputs for closed loop servos, all through a single Ethernet cable. I ran my plasma cutter for years on a Mesa 7i76E. It just works. And the setup, if you've seen my Mesa networking video, you know it's just a static IP address and you're away. So the cost may be $150 to $300 US for a Mesa card, plus whatever PC you're running. So more on that in a second. So part 3, EtherCAT, the industrial powerhouse. If you're building something serious, servo-driven, multi-axis, maybe a lathe with a tool changer, EtherCAT is the gold standard. It's an industrial Ethernet field bus that talks to servos, I/O modules and drives them directly over a network cable. No Mesa card needed. EtherCAT needs a master to manage the slaves on the bus. But the cool thing is that LinuxCNC also acts as the EtherCAT master for free. The Ethernet port on your PC becomes the slave-by-slave daisy chain connection to your machine. This used to be brutally hard to set up, and I've spent years helping people on forums to get this running, and that's exactly why I built my custom ISO installer, because it automates the entire EtherCAT setup, install, reboot, move motors. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description, and it's at MrRodW.au. The cost varies wildly. EtherCAT servo drives started around $100 each, but you skip the Mesa card entirely. Section 3, what PC do you actually need? So here's where people waste money. You don't need a brand new gaming PC, not even close. LinuxCNC's motion controller runs on a single CPU core. What matters is latency, not raw speed. A 15-year-old Core i5 or i7 with good latency will outperform a brand new i9 with normally bad latency. I've seen it firsthand. So the minimum, a 4-core CPU, 4 gig of RAM, a hard drive or SSD, and an Ethernet port. That's it. You can pick up refurbed Office PCs for $50 to $100 that will run LinuxCNC beautifully. So the sweet spot is an older i5 or i7 with 4 or more cores. You isolate one core for the real-time thread and the rest handle the GUI and background tasks. 8 gig of RAM, SSD, $100 to $2 if you don't already have these items. So what to avoid in the PC stakes? Laptops. Their power management systems fight the real-time kernel constantly. USB to parallel adapters, you can't use them. They have unreliable timing. And any PC that throttles aggressively under load. The real test, run a latency test. LinuxCNC includes one. If your max jitter is under 20,000 nanoseconds, you're golden for steppers. Under 150,000, you can run servos, even 200,000 at a pitch. That's the only number that matters. So the LinuxCNC is too hard myth. So let me address the elephant in the room. Every forum thread, every comment section, someone says LinuxCNC is too hard. You need to be a Linux expert. Look, I get it. The forums are amazed. The documentation is at 1,800 pages, let's say thorough. But the reality, if you can install Windows from a USB stick, you can install LinuxCNC. The standard installer is a Debian ISO with a guided setup, and it's kind of like click next, 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 done. And if you want it even easier, my custom ISO handles the real-time tuning, the EtherCAT setup, and it gives you a verified tool that confirms everything is working, all automatically. Link at MrRodW and below. The hard part was never LinuxCNC itself. It was the stuff around it, the tuning of the kernel, and that's what I've spent the last 2 years automating away. Section 4, what LinuxCNC unlocks. Now, I'm not just someone who watched a YouTube video and decided to make one too. I've contributed code to LinuxCNC. I coded tangential cutting features that are now in the official code base, and they had to pass 281 automated tests before they were accepted. I've been in the source code. I know how this system thinks, and that's why I can tell you with confidence, LinuxCNC is not just free, it's more capable than most paid controllers. Because the motion control is done in software, adding features is just code, not hardware, not a $500 upgrade, just code. Closed loop servo control built in. Up to 9 axes and 32 coordinated drives, built in. Spindle synchronized threading for lathes, built in. Custom kinematics for robot arms and hexapods, it's built in. Tool changing and tool magazines, built in. 5-axis machining with tool center point control, yep, you guessed it, it's built in. LinuxCNC is running hexapod machining centers right now, industrial plasma cutters, multi-axis lathes with tool changers, machines that would cost you tens of thousands of dollars in proprietary controllers, all running on free software, and a $100 PC. Section 5, where to start today. So you've made it this far and you're thinking, all right, Rod, where do I actually start? Well, here's your roadmap. Step 1, get a PC, any old desktop with an i5 or better. Boot the LinuxCNC Live USB and run a latency test. This won't take long, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. This tells you if your PC is suitable before you commit to anything. Step 2, choose your path. Parallel port if you're on a shoestring budget with a basic stepper machine, a Mesa card if you want real I/O and room to grow. Start with the 7i76E or 7i96S. EtherCAT if you're going straight to servos on a new build, although Mesa is an option if you are retaining original motors on a retrofit. Step 3, install. Use the standard Debian ISO from linuxcnc.org or grab my custom installer from the link below at MrRodW.au. You'll want real-time tuning and EtherCAT setup handled for you. Step 4, configure. LinuxCNC comes with a stepconf wizard for simple machines and PNCconf for Mesa setups. Answer the questions about your machine, click through and it generates your configuration files. Step 5, move motors, jog an axis, make chips. That's it. That's the whole getting started part. It's not a weekend of forum diving, it's an afternoon. Now, if you're finding this useful and you want to go deeper, I've got a whole library of LinuxCNC tutorials on this channel. Mesa card networking, EtherCAT setup, latency tuning, all linked in the description. And if you want my custom ISO installer plus ongoing support, head over to MrRodW.au and join the crew at the shop foreman level. The link's in the description. Section 6, the payoff. So here's the bottom line. LinuxCNC isn't just a free alternative, it's a fundamentally different approach to CNC control. Instead of buying an expensive black box that limits what your machine can do, you get a system that grows with you. More axes, software update. Closed loop servos, just configure it. Custom kinematics, if the model isn't there, write the code. It's not the easiest path on day one, but it's the path that never hits a wall. And in a world where CNC companies want you locked into their ecosystem for life, that matters. If this video has saved you from buying a controller you don't need, hit subscribe and ring the bell because we're just getting started on this channel. And if you want to join a crew of builders and machinists actually making this stuff work, come find us at MrRodW.au. I'm Rod, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.